We are here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this fun, inspirational live stream. This time it's public. Hello, hello, hello to each and every one of you, wherever you may be. It is Foxy speaking, and welcome to the inspirational live stream. And we are here, and we've got a fairly decent amount of us in here. More than 10 in a minute. Oh wow, you're doing fairly well. I know that. Celestial Dances, hello to you. Yes, I saw you said the members only, but you've deleted it, have you? Oh, okay, you deleted it. Actually, if you kept it, it would have actually made the live stream quite funny, actually. I think it would make the live quite funny if you'd say, welcome to this members only live. Members only is once a week, but it'd make it quite funny. A funny outtake. Hi, Mandy. Hello, darling. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Foxy, beautiful. Who's beautiful? Oh, Mandy, you're sweet. Hello, hello to darling Mandy. Hello. Pamela is in the chat. Hello, hello to you. Howdy, Pamela. Howdy, howdy, Pamela. Just to let you know, Jodie, Amanda Grange is actually Mandy. And hello, darling. Hello, Wanda. Hello, you handsome, fun-loving, cheeky chap. Hope all is well with all in the chat. I'm handsome but fun-loving. Well, thank you for saying I'm handsome, Wanda. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Hello, hello to Aussie Queen Jess. Hello. Thank you, everybody, for welcoming lovely Wanda. And who am I missing? Jodie, Aspie. Hello, ladies. Nice to see you. Harriet and Celestial Dances, I already welcomed in here. Amanda, well, Mandy, that is, I welcomed Mandy in. Blacksmith, hello to you, good man. Hello, hello, hello to Blacksmith. Hello, Toms, you all. Hello to Tom. Well, hello to Tommy, the grandson. Hello, Tommy, it's Foxy. And just wanted to wish you well and a hello, and hoping you're looking after your doggy and your owl. I was really quite fascinated to hear about your doggy and owl. And do always appreciate the good times spent with your dear grandmother Mandy. She's one lovely, lovely lady, isn't she? Appreciate her and never take her for granted. Have a good evening, Tommy. Ta-ta for now. Harriet's always cheeky, and hello to absolutely everyone. Well, it's a hello to you always, Mandy. Hello. And I've got some good news. Guess what? Good news to share is that I did the Stonehenge presentation. So we are going to have the Stonehenge presentation. And it's going to be followed by a few more presentations after that. Well, I've got 2 rebooted presentations. CapCut rebooted, but they didn't fit in the StreamYard, so I have to play it on the Windows Media Player. But the Stonehenge, it did fit in the StreamYard, and I'll be able to play it in the StreamYard, fortunately enough. And there's also a video presentation of a famous actor talking about something which may come of interest to many of you, just to say. And all that. Hello to Silent Night. Hello, 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 hello to you. Yes, Stonehenge, I thought of you, Pamela. I worked on it over the weekend. It's all ready. It's born ready for this live. Stonehenge Great History. Well, if you watch my presentation, you're going to hear a lot about it and all that. Oh, but thank you for saying I'm cheeky. Saying I'm cheeky, but thank you for saying I'm handsome. But the funny part was when you said I was cheeky. The cheekiest one in here, I wonder, if I dare might point out, is Harriet. Hello to Silent Night. Oh, thank you. That's nice learning so. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, it wasn't from you. Okay, it was on behalf of your granddaughter. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Wanda. Right, now we are going to get showing with the presentation regarding Stonehenge. And let's watch it in action, shall we? Right, in this very presentation, we're going to be talking about Stonehenge. But what is Stonehenge? Well, Stonehenge is one of the world's greatest ancient mysteries. Located in Wiltshire, near Salisbury, built over 4,500 years ago, one of the most famous prehistoric monuments in the world, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But what is Stonehenge now? Stonehenge is a prehistoric stone monument. It consists of a circular arrangement of large standing stones. The stones are placed in rings and horseshoe shapes. Some stones weigh over 25 tons. The monument is surrounded by earthworks such as ditches and banks. When was Stonehenge built? Construction began around 3000 BC. It was built in several phases over about 1,500 years, but the main building phases, 3000 BC, earth bank and ditch created, 2500 BC, large stones placed in the famous circle, 2000 BC, further rearrangements and additions. This means Stonehenge was already ancient when the ancient Egyptian pyramids were being built. But where did the stones come from? There are two main types of stone used at Stonehenge. Sarsen stones, the largest stones, weigh up to 25 tons, likely transported from Marlborough Downs about 20 miles away. Blue stones, smaller stones, came from the Presili Hills, transported around 150 miles, which was an incredible achievement for the time. How was Stonehenge built? Ancient builders had no modern machines or metal tools. They likely used techniques such as wooden sledges, rolling logs, ropes and manpower, ramps made of earth. Archaeologists believed hundreds of people worked together to move and position the stones. What was Stonehenge used for? The exact purpose is still debated, but several theories exist. Possible uses include a religious or ceremonial site, a burial ground for important people, a calendar or astronomical observatory, a gathering place for ancient communities. Stonehenge is aligned with the sunrise during the summer solstice. Stonehenge today, it's managed by English Heritage, visited by over 1 million people every year. Wow! Major celebrations occur during the summer and winter solstices. In 1986, Stonehenge became part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site known as Stonehenge, Avebury and associated sites. But the interesting facts on Stonehenge, some stones are over 4 meters tall. Stonehenge is older than any famous landmarks, including the Colosseum. Archaeologists are still discovering new information about the site. It remains one of the greatest archaeological mysteries in the world. Stonehenge is important because it shows the engineering skills of prehistoric people, the religious and cultural life of ancient Britain, how people thousands of years ago worked together to build something extraordinary. Even today, Stonehenge continues to fascinate historians, archaeologists, and visitors from around the world. Well, that's Stonehenge for you. Stonehenge. Thank you, Jodie. Love the excitement in my voice whilst I was narrating. Well, it was talking about something rather surprising in one moment. I like to believe it was an observatory and overall gathering place. I'd like to think that too, Pamela, since I saw several images featuring, you know, Stonehenge itself. I've had a similar thought in mind to that. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Maybe we should start calling you Foxy Spielberg. I like Foxy Green better than Foxy Spielberg. Well, it doesn't replace my surname. But yeah, nice job. Very interesting and informative. Oh, thank you, Harriet. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you. Thank you for saying it's fascinating. No, but Immortal, I mean, I don't know if I've ever watched a Steven Spielberg documentary, but I have watched a great few Steven Spielberg movies. I mean, a brilliant film director, wonderful film director. I mean, impressive film director. I would love to go back and visit there. When I visited, it was so crowded. Oh, it's heavily received. It's a heavily received place. It's what you get with these places, Aspie. I have been to Stonehenge several times and fell asleep, and have the weirdest but lovely dreams as I rested my head up against the rocks. Sometimes you feel a vibration from the stones. Roped off now. Yeah. My narration of that presentation sounded very professional. It reminded me of the narrator at the planetarium when I was in school. How fascinating, Pamela. Thank you for letting me know. It's a pleasure, Mandy. Certainly a pleasure, darling. It's a pleasure. Interesting facts. 2/3 of each stone is buried below the ground at Stonehenge. Well, please extra my spelling, guys. Can't be helped. You needn't worry. Mandy. Oh, thanks, Aspie. You certainly didn't have to. And, well, now that the Super Shanks came in, it will be presentation on the Stagecoach Bus Company, which is, it's going, but you mostly see some of them in Brighton, and you see, but a lot of them in Worthing, the South Downs. You see some Stagecoach up in Manchester, Stagecoach Scotland. You get a lot of it, and that will be the presentation in ode to the Super Shanks, in thanking gratitude to the Super Shanks. Right, but thank you, Aspie. You certainly didn't have to, but thank you all the same for the kindly Super Shanks. Me and the wife have been to the Avebury Stones. We never got to Stonehenge, or did you not? But Avebury Stones, I'm keeping that up a moment. I'm going to write a little note down. This has actually given me an idea for a presentation in the future. Blacksmith, Avebury Stones. No, this really has given me an idea. Avebury Stones press. Isn't it right? I've put this now in my sticky notes. Presentation ideas, Avebury Stones presentations. Thank you, Blacksmith. You've given me an idea. I haven't either, but it's given me an idea to look it up and probably present it in a presentation. It's given me an idea. So, Blacksmith, thank you. Thank you for giving me a very good idea. You deserve the great credit for it for mentioning Avebury Stones. So, well done to you, Blacksmith. Wanda, darling, right. Which thing are you referring to, if you don't mind me asking? When is the last time I was there? When was the last time? Are you referring to Stonehenge? Because I've never been to Stonehenge, but which place were you referring to exactly? Was it Stonehenge or elsewhere? Please do dive into the specifics if you could be so kind, please, my darling Wanda. Thank you. Is Avebury the massive stone circle? I don't know Avebury stones, celestial dances. I really don't. Is that like Stonehenge? I don't know anything about Avebury stones, Jodie. I don't know anything about it. So that's why I'm going to look it up and definitely see if it's presentation worthy. I think it is. It's given me an idea for it. If I think it's presentation worthy, we're going to go ahead with one. Jodie, it's a big circling of stones. Oh, wow. Oh, fascinating. I know something Silent Night gave me paid a nice compliment to me about. I need to see. What's that? Lovely shade of blue. Oh, thank you. You're referring to my jumper. Thank you, Silent Night. If you're still here, thank you. Thank you very, very much. But I know our Aussie Queen Jess had to go, but hoping the darling is okay. I've never been to Stonehenge, unfortunately, Wanda, no. I've never been to Stonehenge. Never been. But I'll consider going. I'll certainly consider going. We have quite a treat today with multiple presentations. We've got about 4 today, Pamela. And actually, I was ambitious to do about as many as 6 today. Show as many as 6, but no, I've only got 4, not 6. You know, I mean, 4 I think will be a record. Or have I done more than that in the past? I can't remember. But the next presentations are rebooted ones, and one's about one's got a famous actor who's talking. Presentation jackpot. Well, I was ambitious to do 6, Pamela, but one day in the future, 6 presentations in one live stream will certainly happen. I'm ambitious enough to do that. You have to make your tea. No trouble at all, Asby. Have a good tea time. I think it has something to do with Stonehenge. Oh, does it? Okay. Well, I'll look up the Avebury stones. I'll look it up. But thank you, Blacksmith. The presentations are so interesting. Oh, thank you, Mandy. Bon appetit, Aspie. Bon appetit, my darling. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. Yes. No. Thank you for your friendliness, my darling Mandy. Thank you. No, and always wishing your wonderful grandson Tommy and your wonderful granddaughter Isla well, always. Oh, Harriet. That was very, very nice. Thank you. And just in case you wanted to know, Tommy and Isla are Mandy's grandchildren. And apparently they've taken an interest in my content. Well, Tommy particularly. And, what's next? And I remember Mandy kindly asking if I could give a shout-out to her grandchildren. Which I obliged to. And I'm hoping they're happy with it. What we want are happy supporters. Okay, right. We're going to be on for the next presentation. It will be the Seafood Museum reboot, but it was too big to fit into the StreamYard, so it will have to be done on the Windows Media Player. It's rare, but I can be nice at times. Well, you are genuinely nice, Harriet, and you're genuinely lovely. Cheeky, if there's any way to describe you, but cheeky is definitely one undeniable way to describe you, but you're lovely. Nice at times, you're lovely, Harriet. Reboots are good. I always get something new from rewatching a presentation. This is a reboot. After the weekend, I'll show Tom the show. Foxy will be so happy. He being on the TV. Oh, thanks, Mandy. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Of course, Harriet's nice celestial dances. Of course she is. Oh, pleasure. I mean, I've been once before, and I'm hoping to go again. There is a nice pub in the village. But hoping Tommy gets some enjoyment out of this, Mandy. Hoping he enjoys the replay. Okay, now time for the presentation. Welcome to this Seafood Museum presentation reboot. Now, this presentation is talking about the history of Seafood Museum. Seafood Museum is a local history museum located in Seaford, East Sussex, England. It preserves and displays artifacts, documents, and exhibits related to the history of the town and the surrounding area. The museum is especially unique because it is housed inside a historic Martello Tower on the seafront. The key facts: located on the Esplanade in Seaford, established in 1979, run by the Seaford Museum and Heritage Society, dedicated to preserving Seaford's local heritage. The Martello Tower. The Seaford Museum itself is located in Martello Tower number 74. Interesting facts about the tower: built between 1806 and 1810, constructed during the Napoleonic Wars. Designed as a coastal defense tower to protect Britain from possible invasion by Napoleon. Features of the tower: circular design with thick brick walls surrounded by a brick-lined moat, 2 stories with a roof platform for cannons. The tower is the westernmost Martello Tower built along the East and Sussex coast. The history of the building: after the Napoleonic Wars, the tower was no longer needed for defense. Later uses included being sold by the War Department in 1880, used for different commercial purposes. In the 1930s, the moat became a roller skating rink. The tower itself was even used as a cafeteria. In 1976, Lewes District Council acquired the tower and transformed it into a museum. The Seaford Museum opened in 1979. What you can see inside. Inside the museum are over 5,000 square feet of displays covering Seaford's history. Examples of exhibits include Victorian schoolroom, old shops and household displays, radios, televisions and early computers, model railway displays, maritime artifacts, historic domestic appliances. These displays show how everyday life in Seaford changed over time. History of Seaford. The museum also explains the history of the town itself. Seaford was once a sink port, an important medieval harbour town. The harbour later declined because it silted up due to coastal changes. The town grew again when the railway arrived in the 19th century. Visitors can learn about fishing and maritime life, local industries, transport and railways, everyday life in Sussex. The role in the community. The Seaford Museum's role in the community is more than just a museum. It also hosts talks and lectures, organises heritage events, supports school visits, provides guided tours of local historic sites. Local organisations also use the museum for meetings and activities. Visiting the museum. When it comes to visiting Seaford Museum itself, it's located in Martello Tower number 74, the Esplanade, Seaford, East Sussex. Visitor highlights: climb to the roof for views of the English Channel, explore several floors, of historical exhibits, learn about the town's coastal history. The museum is run mostly by visitors from the Seafood Museum and Heritage Society. Conclusion. The concluded part regarding the information and presentation regarding Seafood Museum itself is that Seafood Museum is an important place for preserving the history of the town. It is special because it is located inside a Napoleonic Martello Tower. It shows everyday life in Sussex through the centuries. It helps keep the local history of seafood alive for future generations. It is a small museum but contains a surprisingly large collection of artifacts and historical displays. Thank you all very, very much and most kindly, sincerely for listening to this presentation on the whole. Wow. What do you know? Seafood Museum itself. That was Seafood Museum. That museum is a real snapshot of daily lives. Those are the most interesting displays to me. They are to me as well, Pamela. They're very much very, very interesting to me too. The only thing with museums, some things they display you recall your mum and grandma using, like the washing machine with a mangle. Oh gosh, sorry, that needed the panel up. It truly is. It truly is Blacksmith. It is a lovely museum. Those were pictures taken from February last year, 2025. That is, it was last year I went. When I see my childhood toys and appliances, etc., in antique shops, I feel so old. I feel the same when I see toys from when I remember childhood. So I get the feeling very much, Pamela. We all get the feeling, don't we? We all get the feeling. Harriet, I took the children on a field trip to the museum once. Months later, the only thing they talked about seeing was a squished chip slash French fry covered in ketchup in the lobby. Oh my God, that is funny. It's a pleasure. But Mandy, if you don't mind me asking, how old is Tommy, your grandson? Is he grown up or is he just a little boy? If you don't mind me asking. And I do hope you get up to some nice things with Tommy over the weekend. Hoping you do some nice things in Redcar together and all the rest of it. Says, I don't know how old young Tommy is, because I'm certain he's younger than me. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's true. Kids remember the darndest things, don't they just, Pamela? Oh, he's a little boy, is he? Oh, Isla is 13. Oh, is she? Oh, bless. I do hope whatever you're getting up to over in Redcar, I hope you have a nice weekend together, Mandy. Is it Tommy who goes over more on the weekend, or do both come over? But hoping they have a nice weekend all together. Hi, hello, darling. Hello, Andrea. Nice to see you in here. Hello, hello, hello. Have I missed anybody? I couldn't agree with you more, Pamela. I certainly couldn't agree with you more. Hello, Hailey. Hello, hello, hello to you. Hello. Oh, there are. The people of Seafood obviously honor and cherish their history. I wish more cities and towns would have museums dedicated to local history. I wish the same thing as well. I wish exactly the same thing. Fortunately enough, there's a Hove Museum, Brighton Royal Pavilion, that honors the history of the Brighton Royal Pavilion itself from over the years when it was vacated, or when one of our kings lived in it. And so yes. So yeah. And all that. I do wish more towns and cities did had museums dedicated to their local history. I wish the same thing. Hello to Dawn Marie. Hello. Thank you again for the oh yes, the model rail, stunning. Yes. Thank you, Dawn Marie. Thank you for your support towards me since I did the model rail video on the whole. Thank you. Thank you for your support towards me when I did it. Thank you, Pamela and Harriet, for your kindness towards Dawn Marie, and Dawn Marie, thank you for your kindness towards Pamela. Brighton Pavilion, Prinny's pride and joy, isn't it? It really is. I've been inside it several times. And it's marvelous. It's marvelous inside. Beautiful interiors. Just purely beautiful, posh interiors when you walk inside it. That's from speaking from experience, that is. And so forth. So yes. Oh, sorry, I was getting a little quiet. I was just thinking about what to say. So yes. We live 10-minute walk to the seaside. Really? That really comes in handy. 10-minute walk to the seaside. Well, if it's a nice weekend with nice weather, then I hope yourself and Tommy have a nice weekend at the seaside, especially if it's summer. Summer's the perfect time for the seaside. The creator of Downton Abbey played Prinny twice at least when he was an actor. Oh, thank you. Celestial Dances. Now, I got what you sent on the Discord, by the way. Sorry I haven't replied, but thank you for sending it to me. Kebby, hello, darling. Hello, Kebby. Hello. Hello. And Blacksmith. Celestial Dances. John Marie. Jody, thank you for your kindness towards Kebby. Oh, Kebby, aren't you sweet? Oh, wish I could give a nice big hug, as always. We already have a full artifact shelf to show guests. One piece of Native American pottery, just a small shard, has the fingerprints of the maker in it. Fascinating. Ah, yes, the next presentation. This will be of a famous actor talking. It's a clip of a famous actor that I captured, where he's talking about something, and it's quite interesting what he spoke about. This is a clip of the actor Ernie Hudson talking about one of his experiences from his early life. It was a clip from 2014 when he was then a 68, nearly 69-year-old man. He's 80, almost 81 now, but you'd never believe it. You'd absolutely never believe it. Yes, I'm going to search. You never would have thought he was in his 60s then. He could have been maybe 30s. And he's talking about something rather interesting in that clip I captured. And let's give it a watch.
Thanking you, in essence, I'm thanking the people who stood for me, the people that I never got a chance to thank, the people who've gone on, who made a big difference, a huge impact in my life. And the reason I'm able to stand here now is because there was somebody, a lot of somebodies, in fact, who had families and had responsibilities and had a lot of stuff going on themselves, but they took a moment out to take a moment with me to talk to me, to make sure that I was okay, to make sure that I had the things that I needed. And they didn't have to do that, but they did. And that's the critical difference. Now, they may not have known, in fact, a lot of people may not have known how much it meant to me and how, what an impact it had later on. But so I want to thank them. And by thanking you, I'm thanking them. Speaking of my grandmother, I want to say here, her orientation was through church. And so a lot of, if I mention God or whatever, I know some people have issues. So I'm not promoting any religion or church or suggesting anybody go and join anything. That's not why I'm here. That's my orientation. So it's only in that respect. It was that last year that you suddenly get it. This is my life. I gotta do something. I gotta think something fast. I gotta think something fast now. Okay, life is happening, man. I got to get this together. So, and then they started sending me these brochures in the mail, you get from the military and the Army and the Navy, Air Force. They had these dull green and blue things, but the Marines, they sent this one with like colors, man. They had that dress uniform with the yellows and the reds and be proud. And I'm like, that's me, man. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be proud. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna, and meet ladies all over the world. This is gonna be cool. And so I went in April and joined. Before I even got out of high school, I joined. And those people were so nice to me. They waited until I finished high school to take me. And so me, a couple of my friends, we joined the Marines. We went down and we flew to San Diego, and they put us on a little bus, and we got off that bus, and oh, my God. Oh, my God, these people were crazy. These were crazy people. Oh, Lord, just please, when you pray that prayer, please, God, just please let me go back home. I just don't want to be here. The man was yelling in my face, and it was bad. It was bad. It was the worst. And then we started training, and I was trying so hard, and it was bad. It was really bad. And then I heard about this Vietnam. Nobody told me about Vietnam. I mean, in my high school, they had like courses, but we didn't get the regular courses. We had the practical courses. we didn't get algebra and trigonometry. We got practical shop math, So that geography thing, what Vietnam? So there's a Vietnam and war. Whoa, I ain't signed up for no war, man. It's like, no, there's a war going on, and I'm in it, and we all going to Vietnam. The whole platoon was going to Vietnam. Oh, man, that's not cool. So I'm allergic to shrimp. So I kept trying to say, he said, eat it. I ate the shrimp, and he said, eat his shrimp. I ate his shrimp, and I blew up, man. I got really sick, and they called the ambulance and took me to it was a brother driving. He said, man, you got asthma, man. You can get out of here. He said, man, they ain't gonna send you over there, and you get everybody killed with that asthma. So I had asthma from then on, He said, do the little easy things, but make sure you do it. Because life don't just go like this. He said, where you trying to get to, son? He said, that's up there. So now if you're going to get up there, you got to take them little bitty steps. You got to do that little bit, just a little bit. One guy was saying, if you read just 10 pages a day from a good book, in a year's time, you read 14, 15 books, and the person who didn't read any at all, the conversation somehow changes. And so he said, if you do those little steps, son, you can get to that. But it's easy to do. He said, but it's also easy not to do. See, so if you don't do it, what happens? You don't keep going like this, you go down. You either growing or you're losing ground.
That was from the actor Ernie Hudson talking about his early life. To talk about your life like this openly to a wide audience, a real wide audience, speaking in a public room like that, takes a lot for somebody to do. And that's where my admiration comes. There's any way to describe it. I really like him as a speaker. I'd pay to hear him. I think I would too. I would pay to hear him talk as well. Oh, I bought some smoked Gouda, grate in a sandwich with chicken, tomatoes and Caesar salad dressing. Trust me, yum. Oh, Harriet. Two topics I like, rats. Oh, Kebby. I don't mind a deep speaking voice. It's the singing voice that I prefer, huh? Oh, celestial dancers. That is funny. I couldn't agree with you more, Wanda. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. He really has lived an interesting life, and he lives quite a successful life as an actor now, and also doing Comic-Con conventions and things because of Ghostbusters, which what he appeared in back in the 1980s. And then they had a few more. Then they had some new Ghostbusters earlier in the decade, and he was in those as well, on the whole. Ghostbusters Afterlife, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which came out 40 years after the first, and he was in that too. Don't always get US humor. Not everybody does Silent Night, it's not a problem. He seems very well grounded and self-assured in a good way. I think so too, Pamela. Explains a lot about a man, doesn't it? Indeed, he certainly has a good voice. Yeah, I remember, Pamela. I remember. I appreciate three things in a man: humility, humor, and kindness. Seems to have all three. I think he does. I truly think he does. And apparently he was known to have swag, according to an actor. He's always been an underrated. Yeah, I know. The only time when his popularity took off was really after Ghostbusters. He didn't have a high amount of popularity prior to the Ghostbusters. Prior to Ghostbusters, he didn't have a lot of popularity, believe this or not. What is like to eat? What is like to eat and what I will eat are very different things. I appreciate a man in a suit, as does our Jody. I do too. I do too. And Pamela, I'd like chocolate and cookies and ice cream. I will eat a salad. I eat salad too. Nothing better than a good salad. My cooking falls under your latter category. No, but really, but Mandy, my darling, if you're still here, I'm hoping your health has healed up since the cancer, because I have been very much thinking of you, Mandy, since you had cancer. And all of us we've been holding you in your prayers and hoping that you've healed up okay. I mean, cancer really does take a lot out of somebody. My favorite things to cook, mostly Italian, are too rich for us and don't make them often. Yeah. I had pulled pork and a baguette today. It was lovely. How fascinating. And a man with a halo. What? What? Cheeky and interesting sandwich beats the band. Yeah. I do fancy a man in a suit. I like suits. I've got a suit. And I think some many of you have seen me wearing my suit before. Oh, Celestial, now you're talking. I adore a good pulled pork. Preferably, I'd prefer a sea bass. I don't mind pork, but I really don't eat pork very often. Well, I don't really eat a lot of meat very often anymore, but that's another story. That's another story. Cheeky, you'd do a fancy man in a suit. My suit with the Liberty tie is fabulous. The Liberty tie was my late grandfather's tie, Harriet, but thank you. I am fine, thanks. Been busy recently. No, but hoping Kebi's all right. Hoping your dear mother's okay. Who Kebi refers to, Kebi refers to her dear mother as her mammy. Hoping your mammy's all right, lovely Kebi. A man in a suit who is a good dancer. Swoon! Oh, my word. Oh, no, you were throwing up last week. Oh, no. That's why I went missing. I had to have 2 blood transfusions. Oh. Oh, poor you, Mandy. Poor you. No, but I really hope you're getting better from it. Hoping you're getting better following the blood transfusions that you've had, and really hoping you're getting over the cancer okay. But so sorry hearing you were throwing up last week. We have the same Liberty tie. I wear mine often. Yes, if I'm in Texas, I'll look forward to having them. Yes, hoping you feel better soon. Happy learning your mammy is very well. Mammy is obviously mother. No, I'm hoping she's better now following the blood transfusions. Really hoping she's okay. Entertaining, yes, and let's have fun. It's a pleasure, Mandy. Wishing you well, darling. Wishing you well. I didn't realize your Liberty tie, though, but moving on, I didn't know your Liberty tie. Harriet was the same as mine, and you wear it often. Now, that is interesting. Very, very interesting. Well, actually, the Liberty tie was my late grandfather's, but I inherited it from him after he died. But one more thing to Mandy, I really do hope you'll be able to do the things you enjoy doing again and all that life gives you pleasure in doing, Mandy, because cancer's no fun, but hoping once you're healed up and stronger again, you'll be able to do the things that you enjoy doing in life. Because obviously with cancer, it can postpone it, can't it? Yeah. I had pulled pork once. It was very sweet, but I did like it. I'll get someone to take a photo to show me. Oh, yes, please do. I'd love to see a picture. I'd love to see a picture. Harriet, so to Harriet, the sauce makes all the difference. Try it again sometime. You may be supervised. Yes, yeah. You can beat cancer. Yes, one can beat it. Yes, I know you've had it 4 times. You kicked its bottom, didn't you, Wanda? And yes, Wanda, if you didn't know, Mandy, she'll be 84 this year. She's 83. She'll be 84 this July, just to let you know. So Wanda's 83, going on 84, Mandy, just to let you know. Plenty of rest and good support. Team helps. You're in my prayers. Same with me too. When does the time go ahead? 29th of March, 2026. 29th of March, Hailey. It's when the clocks go ahead by 1 hour. 29th of March. So just under 3 weeks. The baguette that Celestial had is what I really want now. Now I'm craving carbs. Wanda, I think you meant to say Wanda, Mandy, not Rhonda. Wanda. Okay. Oh, Kebby, thank you for your kindness towards Wanda. And Wanda, thank you for your kindness towards Kebby. I did catch the two of you bonding together, and it was nice seeing you talking about a fish called Wanda. I've never seen the movie, but I know it's a John Cleese production, as far as I'm certain. And apparently I've heard it's very, very funny, because my lovely friend Susan Reich recommended it to me back in 2023, and I'm yet to watch it. but I really need to give it a watch. I certainly need to give it a watch. I have a question for the chat. Has anyone ever put a pinch of salt in their coffee? It's supposed to cut the bitterness. I don't drink tea or coffee at the moment. No, but I've never tried it. No, never. So sorry. You don't need to apologize for anything, Mandy. You don't need to apologize. I scrap out a cucumber and use it as a baguette. It's pretty good. A red pepper isn't too bad either. Okay. Oh, you had yours the past weekend. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know, Hailey. Thanks for letting me know about the American daylight saving. Oh, Kebby, you are just so sweet. Thank you for saying that Wanda rocks. Refo, hello to you. Hello, darling. My gran used to with instant coffee in the old days. Oh. That's the salt thing with the coffee. Interesting. Okay. We've got another presentation to show you. And, oh, hello, Mrs. Broomer. Hello to you. I'm quite well, thank you. I'm quite well, hoping your husband's okay. Hoping he's okay. Keb explained why he greets me with, hello, Wanda. Life rocks, just make the best of it and have fun. Live, laugh, love. Yes, exactly. Live, laugh, and love. Oh, yes. Right, now we've got our fourth and our last presentation. And then obviously we're gonna show some interesting things picture-wise. That is. I'm happy learning yourself and your husband are well. And isn't your husband working on some miniature steam traction engines and things? If so, I shall look forward to hearing the progress about it. I shall look forward to hearing it because I like steam vehicles, as does, much like yourself and your husband, I do like steam vehicles. And anything, miniature steam or standard size steam or that. Steam-powered vehicles, I take huge value and a great pride of interest in them. But okay, no, I shan't wait you any longer. Gonna play another rebooted presentation, which I did one before back in 2025, but it wasn't as good back then. So this one, I'm fingers crossed, hoping will be better. I always put a pinch of salt in my perked coffee. Oh, interesting, Wanda. Now, presentation time. Okay, and many of you will be interested in it. Okay, let's play it. Right, now, in this very presentation, we're going to be doing a talk on Amberley Museum. Okay, now, Amberley Museum, preserving Britain's industrial past. But the introduction regarding Amberley Museum itself is Amberley Museum is an open-air industrial museum located in the South Downs of West Sussex, England. It is dedicated to preserving and showcasing Britain's working heritage, with a strong focus on traditional crafts, industrial skills, and transport. Set in a former chalk quarry, the museum offers visitors a hands-on and immersive experience of how people lived and worked in the past. History of Amberley Museum. Amberley Museum officially opened in 1979, but the site itself has a much longer history. Originally, the area was used for chalk quarrying and later became a Second World War airfield. After the war, the site was redeveloped to create a museum that would preserve disappearing industrial skills and machinery. Since then, Amberley Museum has grown into one of the UK's leading industrial heritage site museums. The location setting. The museum is set within the South Downs National Park. Surrounded by beautiful countryside, its rural location adds to the authentic atmosphere, allowing visitors to step back in time. Amberley Railway Station is right next to the museum, making it one of the I was messing around with something a little. UK that can be easily reached by train and feel historically appropriate in doing so. The exhibits and attractions. Amberley Museum is known for its working exhibits. These include traditional printing presses, blacksmithing and metalworking workshops, pottery, woodworking and crafts, vintage communications, equipment, including telephones and radios. Many exhibits are demonstrated by skilled volunteers, allowing visitors to see machines in action rather than just on display. The narrow gauge railway, one of the most popular attractions of Amberley Museum of all, is its narrow gauge railway. The railway runs around the site and uses historic locomotives, giving visitors a practical example of how industrial railways were once used to transport materials. This feature is especially popular with families and railway enthusiasts. Amberley Museum plays an important educational role. It works closely with schools, colleges, and community groups, offering workshops and learning sessions focused on history, engineering, and traditional skills. The museum also relies heavily on volunteers, many of whom bring specialist knowledge and personal experience to the exhibits, events, and visitor experience. Throughout the year, Amberley Museum hosts themed events, heritage days, and craft demonstrations. These events help bring history to life and encourage repeat visits. The museum is designed to be interactive, making it suitable for all ages. I would certainly agree on that from my experiences going there. From children to older visitors with an interest in social and industrial history. But the overall conclusion regarding Amberley Museum itself, well, Amberley Museum is more than just a collection of old machines. It is a living record of Britain's industrial and social history. By preserving traditional skills and offering hands-on experiences, the museum helps ensure the important aspects of the nation's history are not forgotten. It remains a valuable educational, cultural, and community resource. Thank you all very, very much for taking the time and listening to this very presentation itself on the whole. Honestly, nothing could beat a good museum like Amberley Museum. That, Jodie, was the reboot of Amberley Museum. That was a reboot. I did one last year, but it didn't go as well because I did it all on Windows Movie Maker, and the software I used to record my voice, the voice went a bit quiet and was a bit zoned out to some extent. But with this one, I think this one did the ticket, in my opinion. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you. I think this one, that's the reboot of Amberley Museum presentation. So much information in the narration. No, I love Amberley Museum. Thank you, Mrs. Broomer. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Broomer. Thank you for your support. I've never missed a live yet. Annie, darling. Hello, darling. Hello, hello, hello to you. Your honey bun is live streaming. Hello. Annie gave me one of the loveliest compliments, saying that I was a honey bun. Oh, Annie. Thank you very, very much for the compliment. Thank you. No matter how many times you visit a museum, I always see new things I might have overlooked. Another great presentation. Very well shared sentiment, Wanda. That's a very, very good sentiment. Thank you. Thank you for pointing this out. This is only all the more a very, very truthful thing to see. Thank you, Harriet and Jodie, for your kindness towards Annie. It's a great museum. If you were to go in real life, Celestial Dances, it is enchanting, and I promise you, you would never regret going. I've gone 3 times this year. I went several times. Don't you remember? I went several times during last year, and I only went once in 2024, which was the year I first went to Amberley Museum. I went once in 2024, which was the first time I went. Several times during 2025, and so far only 3 times during 2026, because, you know, they haven't even begun their event season as of yet. but I'm looking forward to going to their events. Oh yes, and looking at their exhibit displays when their events are not going on and all that. It's just as good. Amberley Museum is just as interesting and just as good to go to when they have just quiet days with no events. But when their events are going ahead, this is when the fun really, really begins. Yes, that's when the fun truly begins. Go to the event, see the classic cars. Oh, historic commercials. It's the bus events. All that. The communications day. Communication. Honestly, it's just enchanting there. It's truly enchanting, and it's a wonder to me. It's a true wonder to me. Amberley Museum is on the whole. And now I feel lucky enough to have met yourself and your husband there too. And I feel lucky that you both met Jonathan, my best friend who introduced me to Amberley Museum. Well, one of my best friends. David's the number one best friend, that is. David, just let you know, I don't know if you've seen a picture of David. He's a very short man. He's bald, but sometimes he wears a woolen hat or a summer baseball cap, which is what David wears. And you had the wretched cough bug. Oh, poor you, Annie. You had that for 3 weeks. I've had chest infection several times, and it's really not fun, a chest infection. I can guarantee you that. I like the small train there. They have a steam train, and I think it's possible they may get one of their narrow gauge engines up and running. Oh, hello, HC Transport Explorer. Hello to you. Now, please let me know, have we been acquainted before? Have we been acquainted before? I don't remember you being over to my channel, or you may have. You might have changed your username, but hello to you. Please remind me if you've been here before, because I might not remember. Oh, hello, darling. Hello, Megzy. Nice to see you. I believe you've shown a picture of David. Oh, yes. I think now this rings a bell. So many bugs around, but getting out in the fresh air helps no end. We've missed you too, Megzy, but it's nice to have you back. Hello to you, darling Megzy. Thank you for letting me know. This merely just about rings a bell to some extent. I want to just let you know, Annie, Kebby, HC Transport Explorer, well, Ladybird, that is. There were some presentations you've missed. But there's a particular presentation. Well, it was a video presentation of a famous actor. Most of you have already seen, but some of you have not seen it yet. So I'd like to show it. And one of you in here would probably know him already, but one of them didn't know about him until I mentioned him. But for those of you who have not seen this talking presentation, I think I'd show it, because I know some of you have just come in, but not yet seen it. But this one, well, I'll do the Stonehenge one for those who've not seen it. Kebby, I think, was interested in the Stonehenge. And then there's the one of the famous actor, which I'll show. Right, in this very presentation, we're going to be talking about Stonehenge. But what is Stonehenge? Well, Stonehenge is one of the world's greatest ancient mysteries. Located in Wiltshire, near Salisbury, built over 4,500 years ago, one of the most famous prehistoric monuments in the world, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But what is Stonehenge? Now, Stonehenge is a prehistoric stone monument. It consists of a circular arrangement of large standing stones. The stones are placed in rings and horseshoe shapes. Some stones weigh over 25 tons. The monument is surrounded by earthworks such as ditches and banks. When was Stonehenge built? Construction began around 3000 BC. It was built in several phases over about 1,500 years. But the main building phases, 3000 BC, earth bank and ditch created. 2500 BC, large stones placed in the famous circle. 2000 BC, further rearrangements and additions. This means Stonehenge was already ancient when the ancient Egyptian pyramids were being built. But where did the stones come from? There are two main types of stone used at Stonehenge. Sarsen stones, the largest stones, weigh up to 25 tons, likely transported from Marlborough Downs about 20 miles away. Blue stones, smaller stones, came from the Persili Hills, transported around 150 miles, which was an incredible achievement for the time. How was Stonehenge built? Ancient builders had no modern machines or metal tools. They likely used techniques such as wooden sledges, rolling logs, ropes and manpower, ramps made of earth. Archaeologists believed hundreds of people worked together to move and position the stones. What was Stonehenge used for? The exact purpose is still debated, but several theories exist. Possible uses include a religious or ceremonial site, a burial ground for important people, a calendar or astronomical observatory, a gathering place for ancient communities. Stonehenge is aligned with the sunrise during the summer solstice. Stonehenge today, it's managed by English Heritage, visited by over 1 million people every year. Wow! Major celebrations occur during the summer and winter solstices. In 1986, Stonehenge became part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site known as Stonehenge, Avebury and associated sites. But the interesting facts on Stonehenge: some stones are over 4 meters tall. Stonehenge is older than any famous landmarks, including the Colosseum. Archaeologists are still discovering new information about the site. It remains one of the greatest archaeological mysteries in the world. Stonehenge is important because it shows the engineering skills of prehistoric people, the religious and cultural life of ancient Britain, how people thousands of years ago worked together to build something extraordinary. Even today, Stonehenge continues to fascinate historians, archaeologists, and visitors from around the world. Well, that was... Some of you had not seen it yet, but I was happy to play it again. Stonehenge presentations. Oh yes, can one imagine the logistics to move those stones around? Aliens? I don't think so. No, I don't think it was humanoid aliens moving around, Annie, no. But more likely, they would have more likely used a crane. No, this would have been before Christ. So the Roman era, oh, that would be very, very complicated. Bare hands, but it would take a lot of people, and they have to be careful not to get themselves killed doing that, and all that, and all the rest of it. It was lovely to have you too, Mrs. Broomer. Give my regards to Mr. Broomer, please. Very similar stone works in other parts of the world. Quite fascinating. Oh, Megsy, you certainly didn't have to, but thank you for the membership. Thank you. Yes, welcome to the memberships, Megsy. Welcome to the memberships indeed. There are programs about ancient festivals and religious ceremonies held there. They are amazing. Interesting, Domery. What I wouldn't give to see how they managed without modern equipment. Yeah, no, same. I'm very much with that too. Yes, welcome to the memberships, darling Megsy. They have done depictions on how they walked the stones to their site. Yes, I can imagine. I can certainly imagine. Wanda. Thank you for regarding me as a celebrity. Thank you, Mrs. Broomer. But hoping you're having a good evening with Mr. Broomer. Only rightly so, Wanda. It's good that they've done it. Jody, Pamela, and the mods. If we have accidentally and unintentionally raised some red flags that could breach safety in any way, we apologize. Moving on. Okay. It's going to happen sooner than you think. Oh, I think so. Which station was that? Could you let me know? Because I might have forgotten. Can you remind me what you look like, please? Because usually I'm fairly good at remembering what people look like, but I might have forgotten. Please do remind me if you can. Thank you. Thank you. We certainly do indeed, Annie. And I'm very proud of our UK history, the heritage history. But don't worry, they didn't do it again. They know next time not to breach red flags. It was not done intentionally, it was by accident. Just to let you know, Jodie, it was an accident and not intentional. That's all. They actually did a recreation of moving stones. It took a lot of men. Now you can imagine how many men it would take to move them logistically one day, yes. And there's some of you have not seen this yet, but most of you already just saw it. But I'd like to show it to those of you. I'm showing it again, so those who have not seen it, I'm going to show.
Thanking you, in essence, I'm thanking the people who stood for me, the people that I never got a chance to thank, the people who've gone on, who made a big, big difference, a huge impact in my life. And the reason I'm able to stand here now is because there was somebody, a lot of somebodies, in fact, who had families and had responsibilities and had a lot of stuff going on themselves, but they took a moment out to take a moment with me, to talk to me, to make sure that I was okay, to make sure that I had the things that I needed. And they didn't have to do that, but they did. And that's the critical difference. Now, they may not have known, in fact, a lot of people may not have known how much it meant to me and how, what an impact it had later on. But so I want to thank them, and by thanking you, I'm thanking them. Speaking of my grandmother, I want to say here, her orientation was through church. And so a lot of, if I mention God or whatever, I know some people have issues. So I'm not promoting any religion or church or suggesting anybody go and join anything. That's not why I'm here. That's my orientation. So it's only in that respect. It was that last year that you suddenly get it. This is my life. I gotta do something. I gotta think something fast. I gotta think something fast now. Okay, life is happening, man. I got to get this together. So, and then they started sending me these brochures in the mail, you get from the military, and the Army and the Navy, Air Force, they had these dull green and blue things, but the Marines, they sent this one with like colors, man. They had that dress uniform with the yellows and the reds, and be proud. And I'm like, that's me, man. I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be proud. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna, and meet ladies all over the world. This is gonna be cool. And so I went in April and joined. Before I even got out of high school, I joined. And those people were so nice to me. They waited until I finished high school to take me. And so me, a couple of my friends, we joined the Marines. We went down and we flew to San Diego, and they put us on a little bus, and we got off that bus, and oh my God. Oh my God, these people were crazy. These were crazy people. Oh Lord, just please, when you pray that prayer, please God, just please let me go back home. I just don't want to be here. The man was yelling in my face, and it was bad. It was bad. It was the worst. And then we started training, and I was trying so hard, and it was bad. It was really bad. And then I heard about this Vietnam. Nobody told me about Vietnam. I mean, in my high school, they had like courses, but we didn't get the regular courses. We had the practical courses. We didn't get algebra and trigonometry. We got practical shop math, So that geography thing, what Vietnam? So there's a Vietnam and war. Whoa, I ain't signed up for no war, man. It's like, no, there's a war going on, and I'm in it, and we all going to Vietnam. The whole platoon was going to Vietnam. Oh, man, that's not cool. So I'm allergic to shrimp. So I kept trying to say, he said, eat it. I ate the shrimp, and he said, eat his shrimp. I ate his shrimp, and I blew up, man. I got really sick, and they called the ambulance and took me to it was a brother driving. He said, man, you got asthma, man. You can get out of here. He said, man, They ain't gonna send you over there and you get everybody killed with that asthma. So I had asthma from then on, He said, do the little easy things, but make sure you do it. Because life don't just go like this. He said, well, you trying to get your son? He said, that's up there. So now if you're going to get up there, you got to take them little bitty steps. You got to do that little bit, just a little bit. One thing I was saying, if you read just 10 pages a day from a good book, in a year's time, you read 14, 15 books. And the person who didn't read any at all, the conversation somehow changes. And so he said, if you do those little steps, son, you can get to that. But it's easy to do. He said, but it's also easy not to do. See, so if you don't do it, what happens? You don't keep going like this, you go down. You either growing or you're losing ground.
Actors like him, I relate to quite well. He's a good actor, Ernie Hudson is. He really is. Hello to you, darling Susan. Hello to you. If anything happens, Jodie, I'll let you know. Thank you for your warning. That's one more brick in the wall. Wanda, you remember the Woodstock song about Vietnam? Blacksmith, you slay me with your wit. God. Kebby. Blacksmith legend. What did Blacksmith do that was legendary, Annie? You two must have conversed about something. Anne and Blacksmith spuns like Pink Floyd music. You take care, Refill, if you're off now. Ta-ta for now. He's a very good actor, and he's a very good public speaker too. He can entertain an audience for hours. He seems excited, living his best life. Well, if you didn't know, he was almost 69. He was either 68 or 69 at the time when he gave the speech. One wouldn't have known. I certainly wouldn't have known. He's 80, almost 81 now. He's in his 80s now, but that was back when he was in his 60s when he did that. He's a very, very interesting and good public speaker. 2014 was when this was filmed, Susan. There is a quick, hard route up and a longer, slightly easier way up the top. Both leave me puffed. He's got a very good voice. No, he really has a good heart and a good voice, and he's a fit guy. He was in Ghostbusters, yes, Susan. He certainly was. They can watch. Have you ever seen Everything's Jake? He's in that Everything's Jake. It's about two homeless guys. He plays one of the homeless guys. He's in all of the Ghostbusters. He's in the Ghostbusters movies. Everything's Jake. He's been in several movies. But he's Winston Zeddemore. He was Winston Zeddemore in Ghostbusters, yes. The tour. Mammy is 88 and runs circles around you, does she really? If you don't mind me asking you, Keppy, is your dear mother a little lady like you? Because I know you're a little lady of only about 5 feet. Is she as small as you? Or are you round about the same? I'm just curious to know. Keppy, we had so much fun despite the rain and mud. Who are we going to call? Ghostbusters! But impressive learning. She runs circles around you, your dear mother, Keppy. How fascinating and wonderful learning of this. I remember the Woodstock song about Vietnam. That was a great concert. I am even on some of the film scenes on the original Woodstock documentary. Oh, wow. Yes, thank you for putting me first, Jodie. Thank you. But if anything happens copyright-wise, you'll be the first to know. All of you mods will be the first to know. Because it wasn't done to just do anything bad. It was done to show something interesting to you, and I didn't use the whole thing. Annie, me and the wife used to go walking on the tours on Dartmoor. Tours Dartmoor. Oh. Oh, bless. Oh. So you, Keppy, you're effectively your mother's little girl, aren't you? Oh. Oh, that's nice. Some of these comments are hilarious. Oh, Oh, no. No, but she must treat you like, she doesn't treat you like a little girl to the point where your independence is taken. I hope not. But she must, it must be a thrill to your dear mother that she's got a daughter who never quite grew up to be her sort of size. Must be nice for your dear mother. But I don't mean, I'm not trying to say this rudely or anything. I look great in blue. Oh, thank you, Susan. The weather warmed up recently. It hasn't gotten hot yet. It's still cold, but it's not freezing like a freezing winter now. Or even though I've got a green corduroy shirt on, and this is a spring jumper, by the way, Susan. But thank you for complimenting me and my jumper. A tor is a big hill where I come from, yet can be bleak on Dartmoor. Oh, well. He was in most of Ghostbusters, Ernie Hudson, the first one. He's introduced in that. 70 degrees, almost summer. 70 is not that hot. Thinking of Ghostbusters, do I have a favourite film? Oh, very good question, Annie, but rather complicated. Wonder Woman. I don't think I ever watched Wonder Woman, no. Oh. Most of the movies I can think of are old movies or certain cartoons and all that. But very, very... 23 Celsius or Fahrenheit. I've never thought of myself as small, but I guess I am. Well, you know, if one's short in height, they're as big as they feel. It's a type of hill. But am I missing anything? I think I might have missed something, and that's why I'm trying to look now. Sorry, everybody. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just making sure I haven't missed out any of you. I would love to reach through the screen and give Ernie Hudson a big hug. He can entertain an audience for hours. He seems excited, living his best life. That's nice, Wanda. But there's a quick, hard route up, a longer, slightly easier way up the top. Both leave me puffed. Annie, we used the hard one. Blacksmith legend. The Bionic Man and Woman. I've never seen that one. Never seen it. I heard Princess Catherine compliment a girl yesterday on her jumper. I had to Google it. I thought it was a jumpsuit. Kebby even shared a left-hand cigarette with Jimi Hendrix in 1969. Was a great year. Oh, wow. Annie, I actually met Lee Majors and Farrah Fawcett when they came through to go skiing. Oh, wow. Now that is fascinating, Jodie. That's certainly fascinating. Oh, and some of you have not seen this yet, but this was actually today. If I can get it up. No, it's not, that's not the right one. Ah, there it is. We don't use the word jumper here. We say sweater. No, I know that, Susan. I did know that. Susan, yes, but honestly, jumper sounds better than sweater with the word sweat in it. Wonder, his son is a friend's son. Well, I am more envious of that certain hat you got, though, Jody. I never thought of that way. Jumper sounds odd to you. Which one? Oh, what's going on? You had a crush on the Bionic Man? Oh, wow. The one on Dartmoor are the rocky outcrops. Don't you mean outcropping, blacksmith? No, but I want to show something interesting. Fairly recently, I was in Lover's Walk, where I've been going to on and off. I hadn't been going very often for the last few years, but I mean, even when I first went, I only went a random number of times every year, starting from 2015. I have gone every year, but only on a random number of times every year after 2015. But this is me, all smiles, taking a selfie of the Lover's Walk train yard. Lover's Walk, in case you want to know, that is just outside of Brighton Railway Station. Well, it's halfway between Brighton Railway Station and Preston Park Railway Station, but it is certainly worth going there and watching the trains over on the footbridge. But do be assured, I'm very, very careful watching the trains on the footbridge. I don't think I ever spoke of Lover's Walk very much because I didn't go very many times when I first knew you back in 2023, Susan. Because I only went about a couple of times in 2023, and only went twice in around about 24, once in 2025. I've gone about twice this year in 2026. Because if you didn't know, Susan, before I knew you, I still am, but I just haven't done a lot of it lately. But I've only just begun to reconnect with the hobby. I used to be an avid train spotter and rail enthusiast in the past, back before I first knew you. I still was, but I wasn't doing it a lot back in the time when I first knew you. You know, because when I first met you, I was 2 years into David and all that. It was 2 years after I met David and what he got me into. So yeah, yes. But thank you. I was looking good. Oh, thank you, and thank you, Celestial Dancers and Harriet. Heather's in the chat. Hello, darling Heather. Hello, hello, hello. This is a fantastic treat. There were some presentations we played, but you missed. But it's watchable on the replay, however, Heather. But hello to you, and hello to your dearly loved husband. Heather, you shared a very fascinating story with me recently. I mean, honestly, Heather, I could read this story over and over again when you were talking about I never once knew you had female kitty cats. I never once knew that. And yet a honeybee flew into your house and yet the cats went crazy. Honeybee. I mean, honestly, you know, I mean, honestly, Heather, that was just a fascinating story. A honeybee flies into the house and then the cats go crazy because of it. What a story. Honestly. I mean, that kind of story, I could just read that over and over again, if there's any way to respectably and fairly put it, you know. Oh, Pamela, Celestial Dances, Annie, Harriet, Jody, Kebby, Blacksmith, thank you for kindly greeting Heather. Thank you. I never met Zippy, George, or Bungle, just Jeffrey. Zippy, George, and Bungle are the best in Rainbow. Zippy particularly, he is bloody funny. Well, welcome to this YouTube channel. I mean, but I want to host the Rainbow YouTube channel. Yes, it's Zippy on Rainbow, a Rainbow YouTube channel live. We're gonna do some stupid, silly stuff. Honestly, honestly, Zippy. He is just funny. He is funny, isn't he? Honest. I spent 15 quid on cat toys for Alice. She only plays with a pen and carries it everywhere. Oh my naughty Alice. Naomi, my dear mother, is very, very well. Thank you, Susan. She's very well. I'll pass your regards on to her. I was in a restaurant with Tom Selleck years ago, and he invited me and my friend to his table for a drink. I do not drink. He laughed when I ordered milk. Oh, interesting. Talking bees. Yes, okay, Annie, right. Talking bees. Have you noticed there are lots about at the moment? Such a good sign. I haven't seen so many in Brighton as of lately, no. But since you're generally in the country and I'm in a city centre part, I mean, obviously it'll be more noticeable on your end than it would be on mine. Even though I probably prefer the Sussex South Gardens, but they are. I am time checking you. Yes, Jodie, I know you are time checking me protectively. Yes, I know that. But we're going to be finishing after 1 hour 35 minutes, that is, or possibly 1 hour 40, 1 hour 45. A pen, Harriet, cute, and probably cheese scented. I sat next to Prince on the subway. I was too overwhelmed to say anything to him. However, I said hello to Javier Bardem at an art gallery. Annie, if I was younger and had a bigger garden, I would love to have a beehive. I wouldn't have a beehive. Not in the world, no. I type slow. Love you and yours and your family. Oh, Heather. Oh, my lovely, lovely Heather. Don't you know just how much we all love you? You, Heather, are just lovely in every way. And this is why we love you as a friend. Always wishing yourself and your dearly loved husband well, your 6 foot plus protector, that is. Well, in case any of you want to know, Heather is a little 5'4" lady who is married to a great big tall 6'5", 218-pound man, who would almost certainly, far more than likely, be her personal protector, almost like bodyguard, really, in one way or another, you know. They're a couple in their 50s who are younger than they look, according to Heather, with Heather's husband looking about apparently 10 years younger than he does. And apparently Heather, according to her son, looking in her late 30s as opposed to early 50s. So, I mean, well, Heather must have good genetics if she does indeed look in her late 30s, in her early 50s. Well, I'll tell you something. I've got an aunt who's I've got an aunt who was 56 just nearly a couple of weeks ago, and she looks about 35, literally. And I've got an aunt who's almost 54, and she looks 32. Normally when they get to about 35 or so, with my mother's side of the family, they start looking about 35 after about 55. But there are two who do look older than 35, and one of them's not 55 yet. But, you know, never mind. The ones who look the oldest are Uncle Jerick and Uncle Mark. But the rest all look about 35 or under. On my mother's side of the family, that is, and yet they're all over 50. And nobody even looks 40 on my mother's side of the family. Susan, I had a garden apartment with apple trees. When I was cleaning up, I got stung by a bee. I felt woozy and in pain, and I was wearing corduroy pants. Oh, wow. Oh, that is a frightening experience. Spring is not here yet, but I'm getting my bird feeders ready. I was sad when I had to give up my beehives. If you put them in a pumpkin patch, the honey has a hint of pumpkin in it, or clover. She was good in Gentleman Jack. My son is a head chef at a great place, and they had to shut for filming of Gentleman Jack. Suran Jones was a lovely lady. Good genes in my family. Thank you, Wanda. Well, you've seen my mother, who got 48 and looks, well, she's 48 in June and looks 30. Literally looks about 30. Well, when they get to around about late 40s, they start to look in their 30s on my mother's side of the family. They don't really start to properly look about 30 until they're about 50. Like, literally. Susan, my wife dug into a wasp nest. She was stung head to foot. Oh shit, that is terrible. And I loved that series. She was as nice in real life as she seems on screen. Now that is wonderful learning so about Suran Jones. Marie, thank you for sharing this with us. It's something new we've learned. I had dinner with an opera singer once. You won't have heard of him. Oh, that's no trouble. Blacksmith, I would order the honey minus the bees. Yes. What type of honey do you like, Annie, if you don't mind me asking? Really, your mammy has listened to me. How fascinating. Well, I mean, are you talking about Blacksmith? If he had a beehive, you'd order his honey. I would order Blacksmith's honey if he had a great big garden with a huge beehive. Do tell your dear mother, your mammy, do give her my regards, won't you, Kebby? My son was allergic to bees, and he would not stay away from the hives. So for his sake, we gave the hives to another beekeeper. Okay. No, this makes sense. I never knew your son was allergic to bees. Awful. Awful. The only thing I've ever watched was Dr. Foster. I've seen everything else. She really is a British icon. Anne McEvoy, I love her albums. Blacksmith is a honey. Oh, Kebby. Well, don't you know how much of a dear honey pie you are, my darling Kebby? And apparently, according to lovely Annie, I'm her honey bun. Well, Annie, please, you needn't worry. I'm far more than happy to be your honey bun. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Susan Sade, one of my favorite singers. My mother is beautiful and looks like Sade, the singer. No, the resemblance is very strong. My mother and Sade's resemblance is very, very strong. I've seen it for myself. I think the only difference is I think Sade straightens her hair. But thank you for saying my mother is beautiful. I can imagine being stung head to foot by head to foot by honeybees. Honey bun is a cute handle to be called by. It really is. It really is. Oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you. Yes, Italian. Yeah. What did Harriet say about Italian food? I prefer to eat Italian. No, but it's time to finish things off now because we have gone well over an hour. But hello to Heather. It's certainly always lovely to have you on here as usual. But please don't worry about your lack of frequency. You needn't worry about a thing. You don't need to worry. You needn't worry about not being over very often. It's no trouble at all. In all the 25 years of having beehives, I never once got stung. Oh, that is lucky. You went unscathed. Wonder. My mother is beautiful, Foxy, but more importantly, she is brainy and is kind. I couldn't agree with you more. Certainly couldn't agree with you more. You love my mother's naturally curly hair. It's long, shoulder length, naturally curly hair, that is. But thank you, Pamela. I will tell my mother that you've complimented her hair. I mean, because I was curly haired. Well, I was very, very curly haired as a little boy. I mean, I'm less curly haired now, but if you look here, I still have a few curls. A few distinctive curls, but just not as many now. It's been fun, honey. Oh, thank you, Annie. Thank you. I'm always happy to be your honey bun. Thank you. But But yes, we are going to have to finish things off. And just to let you know, the next inspirational live stream won't be happening until the 26th of March, 2026. However, I need to say this very, very quickly before we finish. However, there is a possibility that I may be interviewing somebody on the 19th of March, 2026, if he's available to do an interview. If not, we're publicly live streaming next on the 26th of March. So, yes. But next live stream, obviously, for those of you who are members, it's every week for members only lives. However, the next public live, 26th of March, 2026, but possible, very fairly possible, I may be interviewing someone on the 19th of March, 2026. So do look out. Do look out and be prepared if anything happens on the 19th of March, being next week. Wanda, my hair still goes into natural ringlets if I let it grow long. Always wanted straight hair. It's wavy, but not as curly as it used to be. It's still fairly curly, but not, and wavy, but not as curly. But when I was a child, until I was about 15, Annie, it was very curly. You take care. Thank you, Annie. Live, love, and laugh, certainly. Pleasure, Celestial Dancers. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I shall certainly see you in the next live stream. Ta-ta for now, another time.
Well, that's all today. My internet friends and followers, thank you kindly for joining me, as always. Please be sure before you go to like, share, and subscribe. Invite your friends to join us next time. If you feel they would delight, we have shared tales of vintage trains, of culture, nature, and lore, of history's charm and verdant calm in moments we adore. So bid farewell